How's everybody doing? Been a minute, over 2 months. Last video I made, of course, was talking about my mom had passed away. So I just came to make a video, kind of update everybody. I didn't desert the channel, just took a break. Got a new look, rocking a beard now. Been getting a lot of compliments. People like it, from girls too. And so anyway, like I said, update you guys. I moved. I lived in Westlake, Louisiana. I moved there with my mother in 1999, May to be exact. No, not May. Probably the end of April of 1999, and we lived there for 12 years, and then I moved back to where I was born, in Lake Charles, Louisiana, which it's really not. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. Like, Westlake is like 20 minutes away from Lake Charles, but everything, amusements, doctor's offices, and to handle government business and everything else is in Lake Charles. So we were always there anyway, but I haven't physically lived there since '99, so I've moved back. I stay in my own place now. I have my own bills and everything else. I have family members helping me out until I can see about. I'm still trying to get Social Security, and if I'm not able to get that, I'm gonna have to look to find me some type of work to be able to take care of myself. And if that doesn't, like I said, if the Social Security doesn't work, I'd have to find me a place. So that's pretty much what's going on with me. I've moved. I'm living on my own. I'm gonna eventually probably do a video, kind of give y'all a tour of where I'm staying at, but once I get everything situated, because I still don't have curtains, stuff like that. But as far as my furniture and everything, see, when we moved to the house we stay in now, most of the furniture we have from the apartment we lived in, we gave away to either some to the landlord's son and some to other people, because the house was fully furnished. So when I moved where I'm staying at now, I didn't have much furniture. I had a couple of pieces, from my mom, but my grandmother has a whole lot of extra stuff, and she gave me a lot of stuff. So I have a fully furnished house and everything now. All I need is a table, to host for guests to eat, because I don't have a dining table. I need that. Besides that, everything else I have. So what are my plans now that this has happened? My mother is gone. She's not here anymore. So what are my plans? Well, my plans were always to go back to school next year, which is still what I'm going to follow through with. And different things I've talked about in other videos, getting married and all that stuff whenever that happens, That's something I pray about every night, I ask the Lord to send me a special someone to give me a sign, who to approach, and perhaps taking it to the next level with someone, because it's something I've thought about and I've talked about with my mother the last 2.5 to 3 years. Our conversations almost always will go back to that. That would be the center thing we would talk about. Me getting married, having a girlfriend first, of course, a relationship, children, her being a grandmother, all of this stuff, and just, and we also would talk about death quite a bit also. She used to talk about, she didn't know how long she had. Now, she was right. She wasn't going to be here much longer. And I kind of feel like as much as she would talk about that, I'm putting two and two together. She probably one time she went to the doctor, and she rarely went to the doctor. The doctor told her what she had and the treatment that they would have to do, and it would put her out of commission, not be able to do for me. So instead of going through with getting the treatment for what she had, she ignored it and didn't tell anybody. And it got her where she's at now, gone. But, that's besides the point. There's nothing you can do about it. What's happening is happening. But yeah, that's something I have prayers every night, but, my main things, I pray for many people, Tiffany and her daughter, my family, my friends, and I said a prayer last night. I said, one of the main things, I said, Lord, for Christmas and for the new year, there's two things that I want, and it will satisfy me, and I'll be pretty much set for the rest of my life as far as I'm concerned. Is for me to succeed in school the way I want to, and to find that special someone, because it's a great desire I have, and it is. Because you see, I've wanted that, but it's intensified since I've lost my mother. Because in that time, having someone a different a connection with like that you could just lean on, it would have been nice. But that wasn't in God's will and timing, and the universe and everything else. So it's something I pray about and ask about. Now, as far as my plans for school, plans is to enroll in a local college here called McNeese State University. It's a public college in the field of dietetics, which is a Bachelor's of Science degree, which prepares you to go before a board to get certified to be a registered dietitian. And after I finish that, which my goal is to finish in the 4 years, don't go longer than that. I want to graduate at least cum laude. I'm gonna try very hard to do that. I'll discuss that with all my my advisors and everything else, so I can get all the help I can get to meet that goal of maintaining that GPA, if not something higher. Zuma, Magna, sky's the limit. Just put my mind to, stay away from I don't deal with the parties. There's one thing I was very stressed out, and I picked up, not heavily but lightly, when I go out somewhere, I'd have me a drink or two. And I am the lightest weight drinker you ever meet in your life. I can't handle liquor at all. I cannot handle liquor. My father was an alcoholic, and I can't drink. And I thought about it later, and I was like, I told myself I wouldn't drink. I allowed circumstances and the way people treated me to allow me to get to this point, to also become suicidal. But I need to turn back to God, who I believe in, as I've read the Word from Genesis to Revelation, from January 1st, 2010 to December 31st, 2010. I read the Bible from beginning to the end. I know the Word. Why am I doing this? And I reevaluated it. In my relationship with alcohol was a very short period of time. I had my first drink about a week after my 23rd birthday, which was on the 20th of August. And I think the last drink I had, was last month. And I didn't have them, week to week. It was like maybe once, 2 to 3 times a month at the most, if that. A lot of the times it might be one here, and then like a month will go by, I have another one, but it wasn't often. But I'm done with that. Like, I don't see the point, and I can't handle liquor. at all. It makes me extremely tired. It's not an enjoyable experience. My goal after I graduate from undergrad is to, work in my field, but be in the process of talking to Georgia State University to go to their master's program for my field of dietetics, because I have a desire to live in Atlanta, Georgia, and that would give me the perfect opportunity to live there and experience the area, going to school, getting an education, of course working, and see how the city is. It's also, I've been told by many people, is a great place for blacks to live, and people in general, because it's a very fun city. There's a lot to do. Miss Bronze Goddess talked about it. She had a video she made about it. Check her channel out if you don't know about her. Most people do. She's pretty well known, very beautiful, intelligent, God-fearing woman with a beautiful family. Hello to you if you see this, because I'm more than likely going to tag you in this video, because I'm talking about you. I might as well, you kind of put the spark for me to want to move there, actually, from your video. Go to school there, and if I enjoy it, chances are I just live there. I won't come back to Lake Charles. I just stay. I'll settle in Georgia, become a permanent citizen there, and after that was originally my goal, was really just to go to undergrad, just get a Bachelor of Science and be done with it. But over the last year, even before my mom got sick, I talked about getting a master's. But when she got sick, I said, you know what? Nobody's stopping me from doing anything but myself. So why not go for a doctorate? Try to get a PhD, not try to get a PhD. So that's my whole plan, is to eventually be a doctor of nutrition. There's a school in Atlanta also called Emory, which it's not the easiest school to get into, but you got something. You put your mind to it, you can get into anything. You do the work, you can do it, and that's my plans. Eventually receive a doctorate in that field. I have experience with food, which I've slipped up, eating not that great, sweets lately, but, I'm tightening up on that, for Thanksgiving. I hadn't eaten like that in years, I ate pretty bad on that. I ate a lot of sweets, like it was a ridiculous amount of stuff, but again, it allows circumstances to let me slip up, but I'm getting back to where I originally was and back on my grind. But the spark for me to be a nutritionist came from an endocrinologist I was seeing when I was obese, morbidly obese. I believe I was 379 when I first went and saw him, which was not my heaviest. My heaviest ever was 409 pounds. But then I some kind of way just lost the weight, and I dropped down to like 380. So I always gravitated between like 375, 380. And when I went to him, I was 379. And when he discharged me, I lost all over 100 some odd pounds, maybe like 115. And excuse me, he told me, and what he was treating me for was pre-diabetes and high cholesterol. My total cholesterol was 215, which is only 15 points over, the high end, which is not bad. But the problem was my LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, was like 175 or something like that, which is terrible. I cut it down total to 150. I think it was like 156, something like that, which is really, really good. Might have been like I think it was 153. I got the paperwork in a file box. I don't know what it's at exactly, but I think it was 153. And my good cholesterol was like, 40 something. and the bad was like one in the single digits, like 10 something like that. I think it was like 103, and then the good was 50, so it was a total, 153. Anyway, no more pre-diabetes anymore. And he said he never had a patient cut their, cholesterol in half without medicine, lose, so much weight. He said, most nutritionists are women, and they have never been big in their life. They cannot relate to their patients, their clients. But he said, if you ever thought about going into the medical field, I would strongly suggest you go into the field of nutrition, because you can relate to your patients. You can reach in your drawer or show them a picture on your desk saying, this used to be me. I know where you're coming from, and I want to help you. And I thought about that, and at the time I was going, through my diagnosis of MS. So I was in the process of getting ready to withdraw out of community college. I was going for computer networking, which I did not enjoy. It's not a career field I could see working for 18 to 20 plus years. So I thought about what he said. I was like, what, when I go back to school, that's what I'm gonna do. And I started looking into it, and I really see me being able to help and minister to a lot of people through that field. I've had other people come at me talking about, Kevin, you are a really God-fearing person, you could be a minister. And I was like, I listen to people, but I haven't got that tug from God, and so that's something I'm not going to go into, unless I get God tugs at me and says, Kevin, I want you to bring my word to people, because I feel like you can minister through your job. You don't have to be a minister in the church. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now, what I'm trying to do. Hopefully soon. I don't know how to drive. I've never drove in my life. My mother offered to pay for me to go to driver's ed, but I never did it, because I felt like, what I need to drive for? She can take me everywhere, but again, that was something she used to say, well, Kevin, I'm not gonna always be here, you need to know how to drive. I say I will eventually. I never did it, so now it's looking at trying to get a car, and my father's gonna teach me how to drive. He stepped in and just helped me tremendously, and it feels good for a relationship to be beginning to be built with him. A father and a son relationship is needed for every child if possible, and I know it's not for a lot of African American children, but my father is there, and it feels good. Through the whole process, the last week of my mother's life, he was there, everything, and it feels good. But that's where I'm at right now. Little update. Hopefully soon I'll get back to making videos. I think I'm gonna start making like vlogs, just talking, because I make a lot of tag videos, but I think I'm gonna just start making videos where I just reflect on life, things that go on, and take you through this journey as I go through school and my life develops on my own, because this is like me. This is me starting out by myself. Most of I was a sheltered kid, so this is all new for me, and it's taking some adjusting, but I'm doing pretty good. I finally joined, the modern world. I have a phone, a smartphone now. This is what I've had for years, this little track phone. They don't even make these anymore, little Motorola phone. But now, hell of an upgrade, My dad got this for me through Sprint. It was free with a contract. Unlimited data. All you pay is $10 a month. Really can't go wrong with that, because everybody else has a data cap. But they said the iPhone 5 might kill that. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. And like I said, hopefully I'll get back to making videos more regularly. And I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. If I don't make a video before New Year's, which I'm going to try to. I pray for all of you to have, blessed holidays. You don't run into any problems. You and your family, your loved ones, your children are all, well and in good health and in good spirits. And I hope to hear from some of you more in the comments section. I don't get a lot of comments on my videos, but I'd like to hear from you all. It'd be nice, if you ever want to message me and talk about something, I mean, I'm always on YouTube. I may not make videos, but I'm on here every day watching stuff, I'm on Twitter. I think I put my Twitter link on my profile. You can follow me on there. I'm on there quite a bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you, before New Year's. God bless. I'll talk to y'all later.